Okay, Sarah, thanks for agreeing to speak on the video. Just got a few questions to ask you so we can put this onto the web. Okay. So the first question is, do you want to tell us a little bit about your story?
Okay, I had ME for about 5.5 years. I had a very busy career as a programmer before that, so there was a lot of stress going on at the time. But then I got ill and I didn't get better, and I struggled on at work for I think about a year until I had to give it up. And then I just started looking for answers. I couldn't understand why I wasn't very well. I think it took about a year to get diagnosed. At least I knew I had a label to kind of work with. So then I went to see the doctors, and I think I got through 13 GPs in the whole time I was ill. Because whenever they didn't give me answers, or I had one person that told me it was my age, and I was 26 at the time. So I kind of just, well, I dismissed her and went on to the next one. Some of them were very supportive. Others were like that one I've just told you about. But I didn't really get anywhere, so then I went to complementary therapists. Some, yes, some did work, some had short-term effects, but I just couldn't seem to get full recovery, or I kind of got a little bit better and then I'd get ill again. So although some of them were good, there was no long-term benefit to them.
Okay. And then you heard about the lightning process?
Yes.
How did you hear about it?
I read a book by Alex, who came to see you. I think it was one of the first people that you worked with.
That's right. And when you read the story, what did that mean to you?
I was excited because he was a person whose story almost mirrored mine, and he got better, so I knew there was a possibility that this could work for me.
And when you heard about the lightning process and you found a bit more about it, what was your impression of it?
That it could work, although I wasn't sure how, because it takes 2 hours to kind of be explained.
Were you cynical about it? Did you doubt that it would make a difference?
I did, but I was that desperate to get better that I had the kind of proof that I needed to carry on with it, which was it worked for one person, then I heard it worked for somebody else. And I'd not really found that before with either kind of therapy. So although I think I was more scared that if this doesn't work, then there's nothing else left. But I just kept putting that to the back of my mind, that I was that determined to get better that I've got the proof, so I'm going to make it work for me.
So what happened?
I fully recovered, as you can see.
How quickly?
I knew after the first session, the 2-hour session, that I didn't have enemy anymore. I know if someone had told that to me beforehand, I wouldn't have believed them. But although I still physically wasn't strong, and I had a lot of, it was like when you have a broken leg and the cast is taken off and it's fixed, but you need to kind of do some work on it to get it back up to its strength. So after this first session, I knew that I didn't have any anymore.
How did you know that?
I just did.
Okay, great. And what have you done since?
Well, as you know, Phil, I've been training with you and now fully qualified as a practitioner. I started work. I'm also a volunteer for 2 different charities. I have a social life now. I met someone new because my boyfriend at the time had been ill. He couldn't cope with my illness anymore. But now I've found someone new. I bought a house. I now drive. I got a driving phobia while I was ill. I used to drive a lot with work, but now I have no problems. In fact, I've learnt to ride a motorbike, so that's kind of where I'm at, kind of health-wise. In fact, I would say I'm more healthy and stronger now than I ever have been.
And what would you say to the question we often get asked, which is, are we saying that ME is therefore in the mind if it can be treated in this way?
No, it isn't, because you have very real physical symptoms, but there's stuff that you do on an unconscious level that you're just not aware of that keep you in that physically ill state.
And if somebody with ME is watching this, what advice would you give them?
That it's natural to be sceptical. because I know from my journey that you try a lot of new things and some of them promise the world and it just doesn't happen. But myself and many others that I've spoken to that have seen you and that I've worked with myself have tried it and it works. If you're willing to put the effort in, it will work for you. So go with that spark of determination to get better.
Great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.